Thank you, Phyllis, for that joy song. We're going to continue by reminding ourselves that we are love unfolding. My mind is open to changing the world. Let it begin, let change begin with me. My heart embraces a world wrapped in peace. Let it begin, let peace begin with me. I am an agent of change, a sweet dove of peace. I am love, I am love, I am love, I am love. I am an agent of change, a sweet dove of peace. I am love unfolding. My eyes envision a world aglow in love. Let it begin, let love begin with me. We move together toward all that is just. Let it begin, let justice begin with us. We are agents of change, sweet doves of peace. We are love, we are love, we are love, we are love. We are agents of change, sweet doves of peace. We are love unfolding. We are love unfolding. We're going to continue by singing one of our favorite songs that reminds us that it's our choice to get up and fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. It runs down from my head to my toes into my protoplasm. And I spring forth with a mighty faith, 'cause I am charged internally. And I do the things that ought to be done by me. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. If there's troubles or worries I face, I say, now let me at 'em. And I spring forth with a mighty faith. I'm living life exuberantly. And I do the things that ought to be done by me. I step into the world to do the things that I want to do. Not thinking about into the world to do the things that I want to do. Not thinking about yesterday, 'cause today's something perfect and new. When I put my heart in gear, it starts a wondrous chain reaction. Every fiber of my being knows the pure meaning of satisfaction. I barely sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. It runs down from my head to my toes into my protoplasm. And I spring forth with a mighty faith, 'cause I am charged eternally. And I do the things that ought to be done by me. I barely sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm. If there's troubles or worries I face, I say now let me add up. And I spring forth with a mighty faith. I'm living life exuberantly. And I do the things that ought to be done by me. And I do the things that ought to be done by me. And I do the things that ought to be done by me.
Thank you, Ginger, Dan, Phyllis, and wow, if your coffee wasn't working this morning, that probably did. So, welcome. Join me in affirming our statement of being. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. This power expresses life, love, wisdom, and abundance through me. In it, I live and move and have my being. Good morning. My name is Betsy, and I'll be your service leader today. Welcome to the Unity of Bloomington Facebook Live service. We extend a special welcome to those of you who are new today and are joining us for the first time. If you'd like to find out more about us or to receive our newsletter, we invite you to visit our website at unityofbloomington.org, and you should see that on your screen right now. And you could subscribe to our newsletter directly there, or leave us a note if you have a request. At Unity, we offer practical spiritual teachings that empower abundant and meaningful living. We are a center for spiritual growth, and we provide inspiration, tools, and practices that support people on their paths of spiritual growth. Normally, we'd have our call and response here, but we're going to skip right to the children's moment because the Reverend is going to speak about that in her children's moment.
Hello, everybody. I wanted you to see my mask. That's why I have it on. It says faith over fear. We don't wear masks because we're afraid. Oh, that was a little preview. We usually talk about our 5 principles here, but you know, thousands of years ago, Gregorian monks came up with a way to remember words. They set them to music. And so, to help us remember our 5 basic Unity principles, a lady who goes to Unity in another state wrote the song that we're about to hear, and she taught it to the kids in her choir. So we're sharing that with you, and the YouTube link is going to be in the chat. It is in the chat, I understand. So when you're trying later to remember how it goes, you can click on that. And it's one of those songs that they refer to as an earworm. You're going to get it in your ear, and it's going to keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. But that's good because then you'll remember the words. So that's the plan. And here is Carol Tom Have and the kids from her church singing the 5 Basics. Yay! I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you will keep singing it at home, and we will look forward to when we all come back together and we can sing it together. And now, our music team wants to sing a song to you.
Well, I certainly enjoyed that song. Lynn, thank you very much. I hope I can remember it. I might go back and check it out so that I can learn it too. So this month, our theme is well-being. And we continue Uni's 2020 theme of perfect vision, seeing through a spiritual lens, with our June focus, well-being. Our hearts know the truth of our being. We are whole and complete, regardless of any circumstance. One with God, our well-being is assured. Divine life strengthens and sustains our bodies, minds, and spirits. External conditions may be difficult or uncomfortable, but our divine identity holds true. We are eternal beings of unlimited life, love, and power. Circumstances do not define us or limit us. We maintain our well-being with good nutrition, exercise, and rest for our bodies, service, gratitude, and forgiveness for our spirits, in harmony of mind and purpose with others. Focused on all the good that exists, we live in the flow of life. The divine within assures our continued well-being. This month, we affirm, my heart knows well-being no matter what the circumstance. Please join me in claiming this truth as our own. Together, my heart knows well-being no matter the circumstance. So we have just one announcement this morning, and it is that the metaphysics group will meet at 7 p.m. on Thursday instead of Wednesday. So Thursday, I don't know what the date is, but Thursday instead of Wednesday because there's a board meeting this week, and apparently that affects quite a few people. So metaphysics group on Thursday instead of Wednesday. And now we turn to the daily word. The word for today is divine order. Our affirmation is, divine order is always unfolding in my life and in the world. And well, oh, there it is. Okay. As spring ripens into summer each year, new leaves transform bare trees into canopies of green. Tiny seedlings grow into sturdy plants and decorate the landscape with an array of colorful blossoms. I marvel at the divine order demonstrated as the earth renews itself. I recognize that even as the earth appeared barren in wintertime, new life was preparing to spring forth. I notice this pattern in my life. I may be demonstrating visible growth in my life, or, like the earth in winter, it may seem that my life is stagnant and barren. I remember that as the seasons of nature change, so do the seasons of my life. Even when it is not apparent to me, I know that divine order is always unfolding in my life and in the world. The earth produces of itself first the stalk, then the head, then the full grain in the head. And that's Mark 4:28. Now we'll join in speaking our affirmation together, aloud. Together, divine order is always unfolding in my life and in the world. And now repeat it to yourself silently. Divine order is always unfolding in my life and in the world. Our message today will be provided by our spiritual ministry co-coordinator, Reverend Lynette Carlson, and our music team is going to provide the musical inspiration.
Is more than enough in a universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd be without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let my soul know the truth, whatever I choose to do. Your infinite love will move more than enough. There is more than enough in a universe that you created. There is more than enough of a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let the world know the truth, whatever we choose to do. Your infinite love will prove more than enough. Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let the world know the truth, whatever we choose to do. Your infinite love will prove more than enough. More than enough. More than
Yes. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. More than enough. We are so blessed. We are so very blessed. We have more than enough. More than enough well-being. Even in a time where there seem to be more than enough challenges, there are always more than enough blessings to get us through those challenges. It is well with my soul. My heart knows well-being no matter the circumstances. Nothing can disturb the calm peace of my soul. No matter what happens, I feel safe and secure in spirit. All these affirmations describe an abundance of well-being. What is well-being in abundance but the calm assurance that all is well in the depths of my being? How do we harmonize that truth with the circumstances in the world in which we live? Is it even reasonable to want health, happiness, safety, and prosperity at a time when a novel coronavirus has taken the lives of millions of people and sickened and perhaps disabled countless more in just the last 6 months? And what place does well-being have in light of the cultural shift we are experiencing around the Black Lives Matter movement? Is the assurance that all is well the birthright of all people everywhere? Or is that just simply an artifact of white privilege? If some of you are wondering if you accidentally turned on a Sunday morning news program rather than the live stream from Unity of Bloomington, hang on. There is hope and inspiration on the way. Life is consciousness. Emmett Fox wrote this book in 1935. Students of history know that there was no shortage of cultural challenges in the United States in 1935. Unemployment in the U.S. was over 20% as the Great Depression dragged on. Germany passed the Nuremberg laws to strip Jews of their civil rights. And Mussolini had Italy invade Ethiopia. And in Harlem, where the unemployment rate for blacks was approximately 50%, that's 50%, according to the Library of Congress, the first modern American race riot took place, fueled by what the Encyclopedia Britannica described as economic hardship, racial injustice, and community mistrust of the police. All they were missing was a global pandemic. Ginger did a beautiful job last week, reminding us of the difference between relative and absolute happiness. It reminded me of this quote from Thich Nhat Hanh: "All the elements of your happiness are already here." Why is it then that we are frequently so much more aware of the elements of our misery that are already here? Well, one reason is because we allow our sense consciousness, what we see and hear and feel physically, to drown out our spiritual awareness. But we always have a choice. The power of will is the power to choose. It enables us to focus on absolute happiness when relative happiness seems impossible. We can activate our willingness to claim well-being and be grateful for all our blessings, rather than being hijacked by our difficulties. And then come the challenges. Life has its difficulties and its joys. In teaching that we always have sufficient conditions to be happy, Thich Nhat Hanh encourages us to be grateful even for the non-toothache. That means we can appreciate the absence of pain or trouble or problems. In every single word that comes up in this word cloud, I'll bet you can come up with at least 3 blessings. It's just that we take so many of our blessings for granted in favor of the clamoring of our misery. The divine order that was described in today's daily word is always unfolding in our lives and in our world. But I find that most of us can much more easily identify that in our own lives than we can in the world around us. But we can't ignore the world around us. So, Let's take those two examples I started with. COVID-19. It's been an amazing experience for all of us. We have felt things and done things and been surprised by things we never imagined. Who ever thought they'd cancel school in March and say, stay home? Lots of changes. But you know what? There are so many things to be grateful for in the process of how COVID-19 has unfolded around the world and within our own country. Around the world, it's brought us together in some interesting ways. I've heard more than one person say that they always thought it would take an alien invasion to unite all the people on the earth. And I suppose that a novel virus from what they think are wild bats is kind of like an alien invasion. But I don't think anybody saw it happening in quite the way that it has. But you know, we have already learned how this virus is transmitted. How long did it take to figure that out with AIDS? It seemed like years. But we know how COVID-19 is transmitted, so we know what to do to limit transmission. We know what the precautions are that we need to take. We need to stop breathing in each other's faces, which means taking a step back, wearing a mask, maybe not interacting with as many people as we possibly can every day. And we also know that there is help. Even for the people who deny that it's a problem, if they get sick, there are people who will take care of them. And we are so grateful for that. You know, if life is consciousness, then it really behooves us to be aware. To be aware of what the problems are, what the challenges are, and what we can do in the face of those. So what's the action with COVID-19? Dr. Jill Bolte-Taylor says, stay hydrated. That's her number one strategy. So stay hydrated. Keep that jug of water close by and keep sipping it all day, because that will help you stay healthy. It's one of the ways to take care of our well-being, is to take care of the body temple. Another way is to follow those guidelines. The city of Bloomington, under the guidance of our own Dave Kid, has developed a campaign that encourages us to wear our masks. You protect me and I'll protect you. Wear your mask. It's one of the ways that we can respect they're going to help somebody who needs help. That's a good sound. Wearing our masks is a way to respect especially the most vulnerable among us. Most people who get sick with COVID-19 recover, but there's a very scarily high percentage of people who don't. And wearing our mask acknowledges that. It's part of our consciousness. It's actually an act of compassion. Another thing you do is that you can help wherever it's needed. Help where you can. Food has been in short supply as people have not been paid on a regular basis. Our own Phyllis Wycliffe is a big food deliverer. Even before COVID-19, she was making sure that people who needed food had it. They must know you by your first name at the local food banks. We appreciate Phyllis for doing that, but maybe we can pitch in and help. Or if you have more than enough masks, share those. Or hand sanitizer. We got a clue this morning from our own Ginger Curry that if you get to Walmart early enough on Sunday morning, you can get hand sanitizer in big gallon jugs. So you may see her there again next Sunday because they'll only let you buy one. Do you have a neighbor who is reluctant to even go to the grocery store? If you feel safe enough to do that, perhaps you could offer to run an errand. There are lots of things that we can do. We have the awareness, we know the truth, and so let's put it into action. I think addressing the challenge of racism may be a little tougher. But we can't pretend it doesn't exist. So let's take a look. I'm going to address this as an old white woman because I fit that demographic. I can't speak for anybody else, and that's part of what we need to keep in mind. But let's look at those principles we sang about with the children this morning. Principle number 2 says, we're all good because we're all part of God. Do you believe that? And if so, speak up if you see somebody being treated as if they are less than. Because it's not just me that is good because I'm part of God. We are all good because we're all created in the image and likeness of God. And so let's be conscious that not everybody is as aware of that as we are, and we may need to call them to a higher place so that they can be more respectful and more aware of the goodness that's in all of us. Principle number 3, we create our own reality. But you know what? I only create my reality. You can only create yours. We have to listen to each other. I don't know your reality. And that's one of the points that people of color have been working so hard to get across to us, that we don't know. Again, speaking as that old white woman, I don't know what it's like to be a young black man, either in Monroe County or in Minneapolis. We have to listen to the reality that is in each person. Just as we recognize their divinity, we need to listen to their reality so that we know how we can embody the truth. Principle number 4 is prayer and meditation. We can all pray for justice, for equality. We can all pray to be more aware of our own privilege and the places where my assumptions of what is my right might step on your toes, or worse. So prayer is an important part of this and can keep us aligned with our divinity in this process. And finally, there's principle number 5. We know the truth, but that's not enough. We have to live the truth that we know. And so we act. And that's different for everybody. Maybe it's to march. Maybe it's to donate. Maybe it's to vote or to encourage others to vote. Life is consciousness. We must claim that and be aware of what the challenges are for everyone in our culture so that everyone can benefit from the truth. Oh, we're going to skip that one. The truth. We're using a little booklet published by Unity in our online group titled 30 Days to Fearless Living. And this past week, we read a little article by Reverend Ogun Holder, who wrote, "Now here's the truth. The creative essence of the universe, all that is, the one power and one presence we call God, the Alpha and the Omega, whatever name and understanding to which you subscribe, is fully present at the point of your consciousness. In this moment, in this very now moment, in the midst of it all, resides a being of immense magnificence, of limitless power and transcendent grace. If you're still unclear about who that being is, take a look in the mirror. But do not see only the strained features of a weary body exhausted by change and grief. Look into your own eyes and go deeper, deeper into the certainty of the strength that lies beyond what you deign to believe you possess. Deeper into the knowing that you are not simply expressing the divine. You are the divine. I had planned to say a couple more things, but we're going to go ahead and move into meditation now. So you'll see the slides go by, but we'll talk about those another time.
In this and every moment, I am safe and all is well. In this and every moment, I am safe and all is well. In this and every moment, I am safe and all is well. In this and every moment, I am safe and all is well. I am held, I am whole, I surrender to it all. When I trust and let go, then I know that all is well. All is well. In this and every moment, I am safe and all is well. In this and every moment, I am safe and all is well. I am safe and all is well.
Relax. All is well. Take a deep breath and feel grateful for the air that expands your lungs. And exhale and allow the natural cleansing cycle of your body to do its job. As you continue to relax and breathe, I invite you to focus on your heart center. We are safe and all is well. Divine order is unfolding in my life and in the world, always. We don't have to understand that. We affirm it. We acknowledge the truth, and therein lies our well-being. Nothing can separate us from the divine gifts, blessings, and joy that we find in our oneness with Spirit and all that is. Let us take a moment to reflect on that truth now in the silence.
We all need to remember that for ourselves and each other every day. We now turn to the spiritual practice of generosity. We are grateful for the many ways in which this center supports us in our spiritual growth. And in turn, we are happy to support this center with our financial contributions and our voluntary service. We are also grateful to those who have already put in place automatic weekly, monthly, or quarterly giving. Today, if you feel led to give, visit our website at unityofbloomington.org and click the giving link. You can also place a check in the mail. Our mailing address is 4001 South Rogers Street, Bloomington, Indiana, 47403. I invite you to place your hands over your heart as we say our abundance affirmation. Together, I am an abundant being living in an abundant universe. God is the source of my supply. I am not dependent on people or situations for my good. God is the source of my supply. I always have something to give, and I consistently give it. I expect the best, I give my best, and I now attract the best in every experience.
Hey, na 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 na, more than enough. Hey, na 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 na, more than enough. Hey, na 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 na, more than enough. Hey, na 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 na, more than enough. I have more than enough of all that I need to do all I can do, be all I can be as I go through my day. This is my creed, I have more than enough of all that I need, more than enough of all that I need. Hey, na 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 na, more than enough. Hey, na 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 na, more than enough. Hey, na 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 na, more than enough. Hey, na 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 na, more than enough. I have more than enough of all that I need to do all I can do, be all I can be as I go through my day. This is my creed, I have more than enough of all that I need, more than enough of all that I need. Hey, na 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 na, more than enough. Hey, na 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 na, more than enough. Hey, na 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 na, more than enough. Hey, na 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 na, more than enough.
And now, we bless the offering received with these words. Together, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I would like to invite our prayer partner this week, Ginger Curry, to close the service.
Thank you, Betsy. My name is Ginger Curry, and I am your prayer partner this week. And if there's something that you would like for me to hold in prayer with you, or if there's something you would like me to celebrate with you, feel free to email me at gingercurry@gmail.com, and I would love to connect with you. Each Sunday, we do close with a prayer, and then we sing Let There Be Peace on Earth. So I invite you to join me and everyone else in saying our prayer for protection. Together, we are here to glow as the light of God. We are the light of God. We are here to embrace as the love of God. We are the love of God. We are here to stand in truth as the power of God. We are the power of God. We are here to radiate as the presence of God. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And please join me in singing, Let There Be Peace on Earth.